Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Unique Model, aka Shantae Renee P for Positivity, and this is a channel for loving, healing. And I am home, but I'm not home, so I don't have my little globe thing. But love does begin with you. Be the love you want to see manifest in your life. I'm definitely trying to do that. And welcome to my series. Read my book with me if you please. My ultimate act of vulnerability. This is chapter February 2014, and this poem, or actually it's in the letter, and it's called To Encourage. And actually, what did I say? February 2019. To encourage. To give a little background of where I'm going with this is my situation. Here I am at 41 years of age, and my life as I've known it for the past 21 years has drastically changed. My marriage of 21 years is over. My children are 18, 21, and 23 years old. I'm a grandmother of 3, so now I'm a divorcee and an empty nester at the same time. Geez. The change was needed as I and my family weren't happy. I look back trying to figure out where it all went wrong, realizing I played a huge role in my family's demise. I've concluded there was something missing. Without that something, most things and situations will perish. I know now it's time to get back to my roots, my values, my morals, my self-respect. I lost my way over the years and always wondered, why am I just making it and barely at that? I've had good careers over the years, and I'm now embarking on a totally different path. My journey is slow moving and extremely uncomfortable at times. Excuse me. But isn't that the way God works? In order to flourish, we have to be made uncomfortable. To be complacent is not growing, which is the ultimate goal. God was the missing piece and peace. Even though my marriage was built on love, the foundation was weak. It is important to choose your mate based on values, morals, life goals, and not just love and superficial substances. Love of man cannot sustain a union alone. I know that now. Did I love being married? Yes. Will I miss him and it? Yes. But my happiness, spirituality, spiritual growth, respect, and honesty are my focuses for any future relationships towards the end. Things were not great, as to be expected. I know I still have a long road ahead and will fall. As long as I can pick myself up as many times as needed, it will be okay. I no longer look at my perceived failures as actually failing. I evaluate the situation and circumstances, take it all in, and say, next lesson. That's right, perceived failures are lessons. So don't let it get you down. I definitely try hard not to. And yes, it was hard, is hard, and still will be hard, but it is okay. Faith and the support of family and good friends have definitely been my rocks. Even now, I don't see anyone on a regular basis, but I can feel their support from afar at times. It is hard to go from having others that you see on a daily basis to seeing or talking to no one for days. My imagination runs wild because of this thing called bipolar. So anyone familiar with anyone who has the privilege of such an illness understands part of the reason for my divorce and my children having little tolerance of my behaviors, mood swings, angry outbursts, and recklessness, which equals my family's demise. One day my children will come around. I love them unconditionally anyways. I think that because my ex and I were not on the same page about most things as the marriage progressed, it definitely affected our kids, but more so the mental illness. Some believe and think it's inconceivable, especially in the Black communities. I grew up around it and knew from a young age I was definitely different. My denial, though, was enormous. I believe the straw that broke the camel's back was the death of my brother. 2 years younger than I, and we were starting to connect as adult siblings, and he was taken away from me. As long as we are breathing, there is always a chance to change and build, and death is definite. But death is definite. There can be no changes made, no more building can be done with the departed. The experience was life-changing, especially because it was unexpected. In saying that, I encourage you to take a look at your life and see what changes you can make to have or build better relationships, even in relation to those non-existing ones to whom you are related. You know the important people in your life. I will say this though. If you try over and over again and the other party isn't receptive, try not to blame yourself or take it personally. Others have their own demons they are fighting as well and may not be in a place to reciprocate or give of themselves. Just pray about it and move on. Easier said than done. I know, I know. Everyone has people placed in their lives for a time. Could be seasonal, could be lifelong. Just enjoy the people who love you, take time for you, check in with you, pray for and love you unconditionally. Try to be the same for those people as well. Life is short. My dire suggestion to y'all is to be all that you can and live life to the utmost. Don't worry about who doesn't deal with you or what non-MFing factors think about you. It's most likely for the best anyways. I'm just saying, in my Beyonce voice, the best they never had. LMAO. But seriously, don't worry about what others think unless they only have your best interests at heart. So no, this letter has been all over the map, but that is the price and distinctiveness of bipolar. I have a love-hate relationship with it, but I accept it and embrace it. I honestly think it makes me an interesting human. So interesting enough, my cousin gave me a name. We were talking on the phone as usual, and she said, "You're a unique model." I had already started writing poems about how I was feeling at the time. Then the wheels started turning and boom, I should use Unique Model as my author name. My big mama, may God rest her soul, always told me God was going to use me, and I think this is how he is using me at this time in my life. I encourage you all to have an outlet, whether you're happy, sad, angry, or indifferent. Find something you're good at and that brings you joy. We all have only one life to live. Make the most of it. Peace, love, and harmony. This was meant to encourage. So, that was a long letter. And I'm actually, like, this is the first time I've actually been out. Normally I'm in the backyard taking these and there's people walking by, so I'm a little, little nervous. But I'm actually going through something now, so it's amazing how these letters and poems that I'm reading and I'm recording are coinciding with my life. Yeah, so I actually needed to read that to encourage myself because now I'm actually having to let go of a lot of relationships. I know it's not going to be long term. But for now, for my peace of mind, my sanity, my spirituality, I do have to let go of a lot, and they're like close relationships. It is what it is. But like I said, I'm not going to be anybody's punching bag anymore, and you cannot make people accept you or love you. And I think that's been my biggest lesson that was worse than abandonment. I'm actually still working through the rejection. But yeah, you can't make anybody love you. And I'm in a situation right now where the person goes in a room, closes the door to watch TV so they actually don't have to look at me or see me walk throughout the house. So yeah, that won't be lasting too much longer. So, with that being said, I'm trying not to turn in on myself because it's not my fault. It's not my fault. And I'm keep saying it until I believe it wholeheartedly because I'm having a hard time believing it, but I know it's not my fault. That person just does not love themselves, and there's nothing that I can do about that. That is his demon that he needs to deal with. There's nothing I can do about it. So with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Thank you. Sending you love and healing. I appreciate you. Have a good day. Bye.